KP's video news, y'all. It's KP's video news, y'all.
Come on, Kelton, you supposed to be bobbing your head.
KP's
KP
video
video.
news, y'all. It's KP's video news, y'all.
KP Video News.
KP's
Yes, sir.
video news, y'all. It's KP's news, y'all.
That's right. KP Video News, y'all. We back again with part 2 of the Atkinsons. And here we got Daryl, we got Kelton, and we got Tony Bone. Well, Tony Bone, just what happened? He just disappeared.
He sure did.
Yeah, so anyway, we got Daryl and we got Kelton, and I'm KP. So we're gonna try to get part 2. If Tony comes back, I'll bring him in.
Okay.
So far, he's just how's everybody doing so far?
Doing okay. Tired, just got off work and ready to relax.
Yeah,
not bad.
I know we got
just getting up, ready to harvest.
Okay, I know we got started a little late, brothers. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties, you know, that's what happens sometimes when you're doing things live.
That's right, when you're doing the electronics.
Never can tell. So, yeah, all right, Kelton, you was here at the first interview. So now Daryl's here on the second interview, and Daryl being from that, you know, from that particular era,
off the block.
Yeah, I want you to give your roll call. Kelton gave, you know, just, you know, for the people that wasn't there.
Oh, there's Bone. Hey, Bone.
What's up, Daryl?
Yes.
Looking good, brother.
All right, just out here, man, getting ready to go to work.
Yeah, you loud and clear, man. You loud and clear. You sound clearer and louder than I do. All right, D. Daryl is going to give us a roll call. Go ahead, Daryl. Give us a roll call.
Okay, my take on it is this. We were the Atkinson boys. And, you know, there was only a handful of people that I would have trusted my life, wisdom. There were a few people y'all didn't mention in the last video who we would have considered Atkinson boys. And I'm going to throw y'all for a loop. Do you remember Larry Krishan?
Heck yeah.
The certain old boys of Nose, right? He was on the block every day until he moved away. There was no leader. We all did it together. Nobody led anybody anywhere. If there was a leader, what we were doing was leading with advice. You know, how to stay out of trouble. We didn't look for trouble, but if trouble came our way, we tried to handle it the best we could. If I'm lying, put me on pause and tell me something different. Now, I'll be honest. John Smith, the twins, they were no part of us being Atkinson boys. I considered the guys who were Atkinson boys, the ones who I hung out with, the ones I went to parties with, the ones I went to clubs with, the ones that sat and did the damn thing on the front lawns with. Those were the Atkinson boys, the ones who got out there and did the dirt with us. And we didn't do too much dirt, but we did defend ourselves. That's as far as the dirt went. We did things together. We weren't, look, I can remember one day we were sitting in the grass field between the auditorium and the quad. And I remember the athletes of Morningside, which we were totally against that clique. I remember they rolled up on us and asked us, I don't know if you were there, Doc and Bone, but they asked us, was we crippin'? And we gave them a smug response like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here. They walked away with the Hall of Shame because we verbalized that we were monarchs. We were Morningside monarchs. We didn't run around the neighborhood looking for trouble. There was Pokey. There was Bad Luck Chuck, who didn't give a fuck. Stan the Man, Doc, Tony Bone, me, aka OD. But all them other naysayers, nah, man, they wouldn't know what we did and what we was talking about, man. We did our damn thing. Kelton,
Yeah.
Bone, do y'all remember sitting on the grass? We'd be listening to the music. Then there'd be a pause, and we'd look up, and everybody'd start running to somebody else's car, motorcycle, and we would
Oh
jet
yeah.
around the neighborhood.
Took off on my
Yeah.
Fiat. I remember that.
Yes, I used to want to drive your little Fremont, but okay, there was also
Dirt
EB,
Don. Dirt Don did
Dirt
that.
Dirt Don, EB. Those guys was the ones who was on the block every day, every
Mike
day.
Yeah.
Hine. We forgot about Mike Hine.
Yeah.
Mike Hine
Yeah.
was soft, Doc.
He
But
Mike
he was
Hine
good.
was,
Mike came on the
Well, you
later
know what?
end.
yes, he
Mike
Yeah.
did.
came after the military. See, because me and Mike was together in the Army. Then when I got home, Tony, I don't think y'all was home yet. I think y'all might have been home.
I
And
was
so
the first one
I
back.
went over Mike's pad and brought him to the block. That's how
Yeah.
Mike ended up in '75. He wasn't there when all the
Mischief and
the dirt
mayhem.
was going on. When all the dirt was going on, he came in the party time.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he wasn't there like when we was inside and silver satin and all that kind of shit. He came when
My
the
thing.
disco era came out.
Right.
Yes, he
Right.
did.
He came in
Yeah.
the party. Mike partied with us, you know, but he was
Yeah.
down with us though. He was down. He gave parties at his house. And
Uh,
oh,
okay, so look,
Daryl,
check it
do
out.
you have access to the flyer?
Huh?
Do you have access to the flyer for the party over Mike's pad, the mothership landing flyer?
The one that I drew.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it. I thought you had a copy of that,
No,
Doc. Go ahead.
I think Stan, I might ask Stan, somebody has a copy of that flyer that should be framed. That flyer should be
Yeah.
framed.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
we
well, look.
remember we went to the mall, we went to the Fox Hills Mall and was
And we
passing
didn't
out
pass them
invites.
out to nothing but the ladies. Am I right?
Nothing but the ladies. You was at one end of the mall. I was at the other end. I think Toes was at one end. Somebody was four of us, and we was just here the party night on over Mike
Okay, but
Hine's house. Party night,
hey, look.
Atkinson.
Let's talk about why we never joined the Crips. What do you say about that?
Yeah, that'll be a good story to tell.
My philosophy on
Go
that
ahead.
was, you know, I did go to Fremont High, and I did meet Raymond Washington that day. And when I got there, there was, man, do any of you guys remember Lonnie Keeling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, do you
stayed around the
remember
corner.
the year?
Mhm.
Kelton, I think you were in the 11th grade. I might have been in the 12th or the 11th. When all the doors at Morningside were painted Crip, and they
Yeah,
shut the school down.
I remember
They
that.
shut that school down that morning when we went to school. So I was hanging with Lonnie Keelan. He took me over to the Crip meeting that was happening at Fremont High. I got to tell you, when I went in that backyard, I was amongst about 20 runaway slaves. Them niggas was swole. I felt like a little bitch in there with all of them. But
Yeah.
the philosophy I heard was basically they were at that meeting I went to, they were talking like they were an extension of a Black Panther Party. That's the impression I was left with. But what changed their mind was when they knocked out Ricky Reynolds' front teeth. You remember that?
Remember that.
And that really turned us off because Ricky Reynolds was hanging with us real tough. And if y'all don't know who Ricky Reynolds is, he was Valerie
Valerie's
Reynolds'
brother.
older brother.
Yeah, Valerie's
Good
brother. Come on,
dude.
Ricky. You're right.
And the only reason he got jumped because he was the tallest brother in the crowd.
Right.
And we couldn't do nothing because we was outnumbered maybe 30 to 1. And I gotta tell you, I don't take an ass whooping for nobody. Fuck that. And I didn't have my gun that day because we might have let off. But that really turned us off. And from that point on, it became us against them. Would you agree?
I agree.
Hey,
Yeah.
hi Giselle. Hey, where did Tony Bone go?
I don't know what happened. He'll probably pop back in.
Okay, now here's what the crazy part about it was, Doc. When you used to go to school, you probably went up 104th in the back gate. And we used to
Yeah.
leave out of Atkinson and we went
The
through the
108th gate.
gate on 108th.
Right.
And we met up at the donut shop every morning. And the
Winchell.
interesting part was we fought white boys in the morning and we fought gangbangers in the evening. And we had a third entity that we tried to avoid, but they kind of fucked with us. That was IPD, Inglewood Police Department.
Crater
And
Freight.
you know, so we were fighting three fronts, but we still maintained our cool. We were cool as fuck. Anybody who came on the block, I think we might have asked them to drop their colors. It was cool who they walked with, who they did their thing with, but we weren't about the gang banging life. We weren't hoodlums. We weren't thugs. We were just guys growing up in the neighborhood, very close friends. I think we all had much love for one another. I can tell you this: I I listen to y'all as my friends more than I listen to my dad. The parents on Atkinson was pretty cool. They gave us our leeway. They didn't
Right.
really mess with us.
Right.
Now, let me get to some facts here. Uh, Tonsi and Terry, they were not a part of our squad. Straight up. Big John was not a part of the squad. Straight up. Now, I did leave the block around 78, and things could have changed, and I could be misinterpreting that. But before 78, it was us, Doc. It was us. It was you, me, Bone, uh, Chucky, Stan, Toes,
Fogey.
Pokey,
Fogey. Tybone.
uh,
Fred.
Tybone, yeah, Earl Brown,
Dirt Don.
Dirt Don, yeah, rest in
Mike.
peace, Ed. All of
Ed.
those guys, all the
Mike
ones who aren't
Pedroso.
here,
Even
may
he
they
came
rest
through.
in peace, but they were a
Right.
part of us. And
Yeah.
Right.
we didn't go looking for mischief and mayhem. We were about the 3 W's: wine, weed, and women. And the
Yeah.
4 F's: find them,
Yeah.
feed them, fuck them, and forget them.
Yeah.
Am I
What
lying,
about
Doc?
Tony?
Am I
What about
lying?
Tony Davis?
Yeah.
What about Tony Davis? The
Oh,
Davis
Andre Davis.
Andre.
Do you
Andre.
remember Andre Davis? Andre
Tony.
Davis was he was a
Okay.
year
I'm back.
older than us, Doc.
I had to
And
move.
Right.
Andre used
Okay.
to talk about you guys
All
shouldn't do this. He was a great
right.
advisor. He
Right.
We
wasn't
good?
about violence. He was about advising us how to
Okay.
stay away from violence. But
Right.
again, we were fighting 3 fronts, and it was kind of difficult at the time. The 3 fronts again was we was fighting white boys in the morning, the brothers in the evening, and Inglewood police all day,
All
every
day
day. They
long.
didn't have a clock, and
Right.
it was an amazing time. I got to tell you, Kelton, your dad pulled up on the block at 2 o'clock in the morning one night. Me, you, Herschel, Toes, and Stan were sitting on my grass, and he pulled up in the wagon, the country squire,
Uh,
The
and
Mod
he
Squad
jumped
vehicle.
out the vehicle, and he was like, "Do you?" I don't know if you remember. He pulled out the dollar bill out of his robe pocket, And his conversation was, y'all think y'all all friends. Let me show you who your friend is going to be in 5 years. And he pulled out a dollar bill and he showed us a dollar bill. He said, and Kelton, me and Toes, I think, were sitting behind you. We kept kicking you and Herschel in the back. Y'all was like, be cool, be cool, be cool. Pops is tripping. But we was clowning. But Pops made every bit of sense because what he was preaching to us is exactly what's happening right now. Let me ask y'all, how many of y'all feel that the mighty dollar bill is your best friend? It's my best friend, man.
Oh yeah.
And Pops went to say, this will put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food in your stomach. And then he went on to say, if he goes to jail, are you going to put money on the books for him? Shit, we didn't have 2 quarters to rub together, so the response was, hell nah. And anyway, then Pop stuffed that dollar bill back in his pocket. He jumped back in the country squire and he looked over, he said, Kelton Herschel, y'all get home. And he boned out. And we fell out laughing because he was making y'all walk home that night. We fell out.
I gotta laugh, man, because my old man did me the same way, man.
Man, I wanted that car so bad. Man, I wanted that car.
What, the country squire?
Man, it was a Mod Squad. The white one is just like the Mod Squad car, but it was all white.
I got to step away for half a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Somebody stole it.
Right back.
Oh, okay.
Somebody stole it. And we got the morning side. Somebody stole it out the front. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, you remember when I got busted? Everybody busted shit with my mom's weed.
Where were we at? You got busted where? You got busted where?
At the house. Remember we did school? And I went in my mom's weed for smoking and shit.
All right.
And my mom came in and shit. But they made me go get all of y'all, bring y'all back. Remember?
I remember that. I remember that. It was me, you, Hurt, Toes, who else?
Yeah.
No, I mean, to piggyback on what Daryl
I remember
saying,
that Volvo though, man. I remember
the
that
little
Volvo,
white Volvo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Volvo.
Yeah.
Man, that was the lick. That was the lick, man. With the
That
Block
was the lick. You're right, KP.
I remember OD. Hey,
It
check
was
this
quick.
out. Check this out. I remember Daryl did the most craziest thing that I've ever seen, and I still think about that when I see this. Daryl, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Toes had a 450 motorcycle.
Go ahead.
So Toes had a 450 motorcycle. We get on the freeway. Daryl's on the back of the motorcycle. Mike Hyman's in the van behind Daryl. We going to the Cordova Apartments. Daryl throws his leg up on the freeway wearing a sombrero hat, put his hand on the hat, and threw his leg up in the air, his right leg on the motor. We like, Daryl, put your feet down. And my toes was flying. You remember that, Daryl? And he put that right leg up in the air, and I was like praying, like, "Oh man, don't fall, toes don't fall."
Hey, check this out, Doc. How did I get the name OD? That'll tell you where my memory is at.
That's how crazy you was.
Yeah,
I don't remember, Senor.
But I can't. I think that was one of the craziest things ever on the block. Was when that right leg came up on that 110 freeway and Toes going about 80 miles an hour. All they got to do is hit a rock, a dip, and Daryl's falling. He's falling. Because you don't hold on to the seat, you hold on to the person riding back then. There was no bar, sissy bars and all that stuff. We didn't have, it was just the seat and the person. All you had to do was you put your arm around Toes to hold on. We didn't have no straps back then like the motorcycles have now.
I didn't do the bitch shit. I didn't grab no niggas when I was riding on the back.
You was just riding with your leg in the air. Oh, man. I never forget that. As long as I live, I never forget that.
Let me ask you guys a question. When Morningside used to have dances, did you guys all do the dances together? Did you go to the dances together? Or
no,
or would you just kind of like meet up?
Would be no, because I wasn't in the clique of Morningside. In my opinion, the little females that went to Morningside, they were in the clique of the athlete clique. We wasn't athletes. We were drug addicts, drunks, and weed smokers.
Yep.
You know, we did. I gotta be honest. I might have screwed maybe 3 broads that went to Morningside, but I was more interested in going over to Compton, going by Locke High, going by Fremont High, going by Manual Arts High, and Crenshaw High. I came from Crenshaw, and that was my DNA, man. I was all over the city, and I didn't venture. I did go to Sportsman Park. They used to have the sock hops.
They used to play basketball,
I went there one time, and shit, I barely left out of there with my life, man. Them niggas was wild.
Yeah.
I mean, Morningside.
The reason why.
No, so let me finish. I mean,
go ahead.
Morningside didn't give a lot of dances. We had more house parties, you know. There wasn't no dances in the gym and all that type of stuff. You know, I don't think I remember going to one dance. Morningside, they might have had a couple. Either. But the house party was where we all kicked it at. I don't remember. We might have had a couple dances the whole 3 years I was there. But it was the house parties we all went to.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. You 3 gentlemen, Tony, Kelton, do y'all remember 9765? The last 4 digits of a phone number. 9765. That was Mama Toes' number. Every Thursday and Friday, we would call that number. Where's the party?
9765.
Right. Yeah. How do you remember that, man?
Yeah. Hey, thank God for Earl Brown's number. She come
I smoked a lot of weed, Kelton.
You remember the number to the pad? Ooh. Wait a minute. 96. What was it again?
9765.
I don't think I just drove over there. I didn't call. 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 4 in the morning. I just knock on the window, Toes, open the door. That kind of shit. Because we're like family. We didn't have to call first. It was family. We just go over there.
Okay, let me ask you.
I don't think I called Toes. I might have called him once.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. What was our perception of the Atkinson boys? What was our code?
To kick it together, respect each other.
Yes, sir.
Mainly respect each other.
Yes, sir.
Work shit out. I mean, we got in little spats and shit. We did some things to each other, you know. I did with the van thing, and but we still, our love was so strong, you know, our respect was so strong
that friendship and love.
Right. We've done shit to each other bad and shit, but we get around it, we bounce back, you know, and it was the respect that we had toward each other. We wouldn't get into it. We was down for each other. We was a clique.
Down for each other.
We was a clique that wasn't starting no shit, but we would be down for any shit that came our way. Any shit. Don't give a fuck what it was.
Yes, sir.
But we wouldn't start none. We wasn't wearing ace deuces and all that and all that old stuff. We just kicked it on the grass.
I wore ace deuces. I wore Godfathers.
You did? I didn't wear no. We didn't wear no ace deuces on the block. No, we didn't. We didn't know it. I don't remember nobody with ace deuces on. I had a blue ace deuce.
I got one for you. Do you remember Toes when he used to wear the apple hat?
Yeah. The brown one. Right when he had the 6'4". I remember that. Right. He had the light blue 6'4" when he first got it. And Pokey had did he have the Barracuda first? What did Pokey have back then?
He had the Barracuda.
He had the Barracuda first, huh?
The 67 Barracuda, yeah.
Right, so did. He had the Barracuda first.
Well,
And Dirt Don had the little
he painted.
66
You know, he painted
Corvair
my car.
Monza.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. He had a job at Earl Scheid. He went to Scrop. He went to
Pokey
Scrop
can
to learn
paint.
how to paint.
Pokey can paint, man. Pokey
He had
can
a
paint.
job at Earl Scheid on Imperial and Aviation. Steve got his car painted there, and I got my 6.4 painted there. When he painted first, and he painted his blue, and I painted mine silver.
Right.
Pokey could have made $1 million painting cars, man.
Man, Pokey can paint, man. He can design. He can make them. You tell me he did that Barracuda. He could have a shop. Pokey was bad. That was back then. There wasn't a lot of artists like that back then, like it is now. There wasn't a lot of low-riding artists back then. You know.
No, he could pinstripe do all that shit.
Right, man. Pokey had talent, man, on that painting, man. He was
that
good.
Down with the metal flake and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they didn't even have lifts and shit. We had to put together your own lift. You know, when I first got exposed to that shit was with David O'Neill and Pokey, because they had to go to the hydraulic shop on Hawthorne Boulevard to did fucking forklifts and put their shit together themselves. You know, you couldn't buy no goddamn hydraulic lift.
Yeah, that's what we used to go to. We used to go over there to
Earl's. They had the Pescos and them tailgates.
In Lawndale.
Yeah, Earl's Hydraulics.
Yeah,
he had the Pescos and the tailgates going on.
Get our hoses and all that.
Yeah.
But, you know, here's the thing, though. You know, you're talking about a different era when we used to drive our cars every day. We drove our cars to school.
Yeah.
We drove them to the store. We drove them to the park. We drove them to church. We drove our cars everywhere we went.
Right.
Compared to today, where these guys don't drive their cars the way we did.
Right.
They put their cars on.
No, they trailer their shit.
They trailer their cars and
and
then they tie them on the weekend, and then they take them and put them back in the garage. But we drove ours 365 days a year. I wasn't getting no time. I wasn't getting no time with them 520s. They was not lasting. I had to get new tires, man, about every 3 or 4 months. I had to get new tires.
Where'd you go? You went to Remington to get those, right? Yeah.
No,
another thing, about driving the cars.
Yeah.
I've never to this day, seen a person drive in reverse about damn near 70 miles an hour. Daryl did that shit. Daryl had the Challenger going down Atkinson backwards about at least 60. I still try that today on my car sometimes at the VA. But I keep turning. I can't. I be saying, how did Daryl do that shit? How did he go backwards to about 70 miles an hour, man? I was like, man, how this dude do that? And I be trying that still, man. I can't drive back.
Hey, can I answer that for you, Kelton?
What?
How did I get the name OD?
I told you. Your daredevil ass.
I don't remember, Senor.
Open.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, man. I've been around. You're right, though. It's like our cars. And I had this chick tell me this one day. She said, "That car is you." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" She said, "When I see that car going down the street, I don't see the car. I see you."
Right.
I'm like, and I never thought about it like that. But the guys that I looked up to in the first hydraulic setup that I ever looked at was David O'Neill's 59 T-Bird.
The Thunderbird, yes, sir. The little black Thunderbird.
Yeah, he opened his trunk up and he was like he said, "Man, help me do this." I'm like, what you trying to do? He said, "I had the front and the back. Both, he had 2 dumps, but he only had 1 pump and 2 dumps back." And he was trying to figure out, he said, I can't get it to work.
What was it?
I had it working, but I kept scratching my head like, hell, I don't know. You know, so I said, why don't you put a T on the pump and then connect one dump to the one side of the T and the other dump to the other side of the T, and then do it that
equalizer.
Way. Yeah, do it that way. So he did it, but see what he would do, he wasn't a hopper. He was
he dropped it.
He was a cruiser.
Yeah, he had some
at
straight
a
bars
party,
on
man. He
there.
liked the whole block. Right.
Yeah,
He would change every week. He
yeah,
would put straight bars on
yeah.
there. Where his
I think
fashion
I
Well,
was
level would
there
get
when you helped him do that. KP, I think I
colors.
was there when you helped him out with his car and shit.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, because
my
he lived next door
introduction
to
to
me in the
low
next building.
my
Yeah,
introduction to
man.
Lowrider was Ben
Yeah. But
Cotton.
I
Right.
mean, I learned a
Yeah.
lot from him.
Now Ben was lifted front and
Yeah,
back.
yeah, but David was the first.
Wasn't
I
Ben
think
lifted?
Ben had the
Ben
tightest
Cotton.
car at
Yeah.
Morningside
He had the
for a while
6'5"
there.
that was
Yeah.
tight. He had the back.
Yeah.
That
It was
6'5" was tight,
His
man.
the
That shit.
Cadillac Benz
Yeah, he was
bucket. He
car
had
was
that
clean,
smash,
sun,
super
but
clean.
cut that roof in that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I ain't seen nothing
ahead,
like
Kel.
it since.
oh
He was
well,
at the picnic,
y'all
man.
didn't
He
go
came
over
to.
to Compton with me, but Ben ran with about 7 guys
Yeah.
that had
Yeah.
65 Impalas. And,
Right.
all of them went to Centennial
Yeah.
High. And, Pyru is right there by Centennial High. Them
Right.
niggas wouldn't go down Pyru for nothing. They was like, nah, them niggas is insane. So,
You know, I
but yeah,
actually have.
all,
I got seven. I got 5 sisters in Compton, so I was always in both of those areas too. So
yeah,
I would see him down there too sometimes. Because I
Yeah.
would be down on Long Beach Boulevard or about Dudos and shit like that.
yeah,
Because my sisters
Dudo's
live on the
Music
road
Center
trans
on
of Long Beach
Central and
Boulevard. Yeah,
136th. I
yeah,
went into Dudo's
But-
one night, man, and
Uh-huh.
them niggas looked like they ate bullets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
no shit. I
Yeah,
still
I
got
got the
people
fuck
that
out of
talk to
there,
the niggas
man.
and shit.
I felt
Yeah,
fortunate to get out of there with my life, man, because they was some bullet-eating looking niggas, man.
yeah. Well, them niggas saved my life and shit
Yeah.
once and shit
Here's a
too.
question.
So
Let me ask you guys a
But,
question right
yeah.
quick.
but
Who was Ben Cotton's friend? Ben Cotton's friend that stayed over there on Van Ness, right
Kenneth
there on like
Forte.
109th.
Forte.
Okay, now he had a
Forte.
6'5" also. He had a 6'5"
Yeah.
that rose pink color, but his people wouldn't let him drive it to school. And it was clean, just as clean as Ben's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Forte
Okay,
come
Kenneth
to the
Forte
picnic.
had a little Volkswagen, and he put rims on it. And he
He came to
stayed
the
on the
picnic.
109th and Van Ness,
Yeah.
and his dad had 263 Thunderbirds that was, his dad wiped them down. As a matter of fact, Kenneth still owns one of the cars his dad had. But
Oh, okay.
over in
Oh, okay.
Compton,
Okay.
there was like Ray, he stayed on the 137th and Central. He had a purple 65. Bohart had a yellow 65. Flat Clifford, he had a green 65. Ben had his silver one. And there was a guy, I don't know if y'all remember this, they found a guy in the trunk of a car on 110 freeway shot to death back in the day. That
Wow.
was Renard. And he drove a clean 63 Impala. I remember that nigga saw another Impala, same color. It was white on white, lifted front and back. He saw that shit. He stole that night and pushed it, stripped it down and pushed it down on 135th and Central. They had a little dump site there. He pushed that motherfucker down there, put a flare in it, and burned it up. But those were the times I ran over in Compton. Good times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
you
know. I
guys,
used to run.
what you said earlier, about the having with the racial division
Yes.
that we, and my little clique that I was hanging out with, we went through the same thing. It was fight the white boys at school and deal with the Crips at night. But see, the thing about it was that made us even stronger. Plus, it was like, if you know how they used to do it, it would be like 10 or 15 of them jumping on. But we fought so much that we could fight 5 or 6 of them dudes at one time.
Yes, sir. I remember.
Be successful doing
Okay. Hey, any of y'all remember when the Crips came out? The white boys, they had a little elementary school on the corner of 111th or 112th in Yukon, and they used to
Oh
hang
yeah,
out
that's
there.
Center Park. Center Park over there.
And they called them the Chips.
Yeah.
Remember when the white boys tried to call
that was Robert Greeno and I forgot. See, they played football with us at the field, and some of them played C's. Robert Greeno said right across the street from Earl Carter, right across the street, right by the elementary school. The Chips.
That clip was called the Congregation.
They were the Chips. I remember we went over
there.
Yeah,
the Congregation.
But we called them Chips. We gave them that name. We gave them that name, the Chips.
After that TV show.
The real name of that group was called the Congregation. It was called the Congregation.
Right.
You're right.
And then
Robert Greeno.
With then LeGrady and his little group, Lomas, and there was another white gang, Dukes.
Hey,
Lomas
watch
like this game together.
Hey, KP. Hey, Bone. Watch Kelton's reaction when I say these names. Stassi Valinigan, Bovelma Jones.
Toes, man. Toes ran that shit to the ground. I was at Mark Twain. See, before we moved to Inglewood, I went to Mark Twain Junior High. And our quarterback was named Stassi, and Toes used to crack up at that name. Stassi Valinigan was his name. He was our quarterback in the 7th grade. So we used to talk about, school and all that. I mentioned that name. He was like, Stassi. I said, yeah, Stassi Valinigan. Toes, he just ran with that for years, man. Bovelma Jones.
Every time that name was said, we would just crack up.
Now, Bovelma Jones came from Good Times. Bovelma Jones came from Good Times.
Oh, okay.
The talk show, the comedy show Good Times. That was Bovelma Jones came from. Okay, that was our Good Time. That's my mama, Good Times, and the Jeffersons, Ed and Jan.
And you know what? We lived in we really did live in a great era that we grew up with in the 60s and the 70s. I'm not gonna say it was like Black Leave It to Beaver, but it was pretty damn close. Inglewood was a upper middle class Black neighborhood.
Yes, it was.
Century Heights. Yeah.
And everybody, but no, if they didn't have that type of, if they wasn't living like that, we treated everybody the same. We treated everybody the same.
That was the poorest nigga I had on the side.
Man, I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't have shit, man. I was living in a 1-bedroom, right there in Woodworth when I met you and shit,
Right across the street from the baseball court.
I used to be at your house all the time, man. I used to be at your house all the time, looking at them J.C. Whitney books, man. Looking at car parts,
listening to Jimi Hendrix,
dreaming about lowriders, dreaming about building a car and shit.
You never like me, KP.
Yep.
That's exactly what I did.
Do you remember? Hey, do y'all remember Big Tiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, the custodian and shit. Yeah. His brother was Big Willie at Street Racers.
Big Tiny.
Big Tiny.
Yeah,
he was a security guard.
Charger.
Yeah, security guard.
Do you remember the guy lived on 104th and Woodworth named Henry? He had that 66 with the 427, 66 Caprice. And then he had the Dodge Charger with the 440 and the 4-speed. He used to trailer the Charger. Oh, you don't remember him? Yeah.
I don't remember.
He was one of the guys who got me really into cars and shit too.
I remember when Bone used to talk about cars. Bone, when you used to talk about cars, you would come with the technical shit.
I still do the same shit. Still do. I'm out here in white boy land. These white boys, all we do is talk about cars and motorcycles and shit.
Hey, but let me get back to Keith's point about something.
Yeah.
Keith was talking about when the blacks started moving into Inglewood, right? In all honesty, and I think y'all can justify this as well, we really broke Inglewood in as far as a Black community. We were the blacks that, okay, I'll say this. We made it exciting. I I remember living on 41st in Normandy, and when my dad said we moving to Inglewood, we was all amped up about it. As soon as he left the room, me and my brother said, "Hey man, where's Inglewood at?" We had no clue where Inglewood was.
Inglewood was a sundown town. Inglewood was a sundown
Yeah,
town,
but
man.
when all of us moved into Inglewood, Kelton, you were there before me. Bone, I think you came right around the same. We moved in Inglewood November of '69. I was still going to Crenshaw High that first half semester. But shit, when I got to Inglewood, I felt like I was a privileged motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't get to Inglewood until I graduated from Pasteur in 1970.
Okay, yeah, you were right. Hey,
I was
Rambo,
in the
how you
10th
doing?
grade because I came in the 10th grade instead of the ninth grade. You know,
I came in
Oh,
with
bro.
that just
68.
got me
I came
over
in
though, man. I
68.
You
didn't
had
have
me
to be no
worried about you,
scrub.
man. No,
Mm.
man, you know,
I got there in 1970,
okay. I'm
November
I
sorry,
got
I'm in
there
a
in 68
phone
when
conversation.
Inglewood, our whole street on 7th Avenue was white, except for Lonnie Poindexter,
Yeah, I remember Lonnie Poindexter.
Charles Osborne,
Yeah,
Bo, and
What's
his
about
sister Charles.
Sean and them? What's about Sean Beard?
Sean was there. It was Sean. Sean stayed right across the street from us.
Yep.
Next door to us was white. About 2 houses down, Gail Thorne lived. And Steve, my cousin Steve Crane, and them stayed on the corner.
Stayed down on
Lonnie
the bottom.
Poindexter stayed around the bend
yeah, right around the
by
bend.
Gary Dabney. Gary Dabney stayed next door. And Charlie Pfeiffer, he was a white man. His father was the fire chief of Inglewood. He was the
Right.
fire chief. His father stayed right. He had a fire chief hat on. I remember. Then I got to know Charlie. He was cool. We started
I
riding
knew
bikes
you
and
had
stuff.
that motherfucker. You lighter
Huh?
thief.
He had
Yeah, but you know
he
what?
had
Though?
Go ahead.
You guys
me and him
remember
Thank
started
you, bro.
riding bikes, and I met
Good looking
Bo and
out.
Lonnie Poindexter and all them. But we were the first. It was our street was almost all white except for those four. That was it.
Yeah.
Because I think Sean was one of the
You
first
guys,
to even move up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stacy wasn't even
yeah,
born yet. Stacy was.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think Stacy was born yet. Sean's sister. No, she
She a
wasn't. She couldn't have
doctor.
been.
She a doctor
I
now,
think they
Doc.
family was
I
the
know.
first
I know.
ones that.
I know.
Yeah,
In Texas, somewhere in
but
Texas.
you know what? To Daryl's point, we not only just the ones that broke them in. We're the first generation of brothers that put hands on white boys in the history of this country.
You
You know
got
what I'm
that
saying?
right.
Because nobody was doing that before us. We
Now you
stood up
got
to them. Nobody else was standing up to them.
I
They was
remember
running
when white
roughshod.
boys used to bring out these little sawed-off bats because all of them had
Yeah,
lockers in the quad. Well, that's where they fucked up because we were brothers, and I know I
yeah.
had a gun from the 10th grade to the 12th grade,
I had to
and
pull a gun on them motherfuckers too.
yeah, and they would back down. They were easy to back down, especially in the
Yeah.
morning when we go to the donut shop. They'd be trying to muscle us, and
And if
we
you
would.
caught one of them alone at the market or something, they wouldn't say shit. I'd be rushing their ass, and they going about their business.
Yep, they don't want to look at you.
well, they
Yeah,
didn't
But
stay
Right.
long because, like you said, we were a group of fighters, and that was something they wasn't used to. They were used to, if they said something, black people was going either bow down or jump. But we wasn't from that era. We
them
look,
came
even when we
motherfuckers.
went, even when we went
so
downtown to the theater, black
with the
folks would
same
be
kind of
walking off the sidewalk in the street for these white folks and shit. We bumped
right.
into them. You know what I mean? Because how they made niggas. All the black folks would be walking. If there was a group of white folk or a few white folk, brothers would step out in the street before they butt.
Oh
You know what I
no,
mean? And that, we wasn't having that.
yeah, I never did that. I came from Chicago, man,
No,
and we was ever
y'all
since
didn't.
Martin Luther
Well,
King
y'all
Martin Luther,
right?
Martin Luther
Y'all
King
was different.
killed, we went looking for white
Yeah, we went honky hunting
boys to
too
beat up
in
in
LA. We went
neighborhoods.
down to Inglewood honky hunting on our
Right.
So
bicycles and shit.
it was totally different, man. But see, my point was this: if you guys remember well, every block had had 6, 7, 8 signs on it. Every block had cars just run up and down the street, filled with black people looking for houses to buy. And those houses were being sold every single block from first up all the way up. Every block was houses were being sold. Last couple of whites that
we witnessed white flight firsthand.
Actually was on both sides of me. There were only 2 left on my block.
Yeah.
Well, on both sides of my mother's house. And they stayed and stayed and stayed until their kids finally talked them into leaving. But they wasn't going nowhere. You know, they was comfortable where they was at. Wasn't nobody messing with them. Just like now, gentrification is going on in Inglewood. And I guarantee if a white person is walking their dog down the street in Inglewood, they don't
fire it up, man.
Get no problem.
I'm with it.
No problem.
Well, that's everywhere around the country, though. Black folks don't go messing with people.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, but
I've never known my people to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just an example. I'm just saying the era that we grew up in was really a cool era. It had its challenges, but at the same time, we met those challenges and those challenges.
Well,
what other group and people besides the Pyrus and besides the Athens Park boys, what other city or area or school held their own to the point of they did not flip over and become the Crips? One side didn't come and flip. Inglewood didn't flip. So it was like, no, you guys are doing something foul here. You got 10 person taking people's leather coats.
Took my leather coat.
So we stood for something. We stood for, hey man, well let's have but if we went to the show, the 5th Avenue one time, and so no 8 Trey Crips came over there. Man, we beat them dudes all the way back to Van Ness. Get back out of here with that mess. We trying to go to the show. Don't bring that foolishness over here.
The thing I didn't understand was, you know, I was definitely into the Black Panther Party. I was definitely about what they were talking about, their philosophy in life. And what fucked it up to me, because I was led to believe that when the Crips were developed in 1970 is when they came out, right? And the misperception that they presented was, we was about the community. Yeah, they were about terrorizing the community. They were about black on black crime, et cetera, et cetera. But that wasn't how we walked our walk and talked our talk. We walked our walk like we didn't give a shit if you was in a gang. If you came on the block, drop your colors and be cool, right? Would you agree, Doc and Tony?
Yeah. And we didn't discriminate.
Yeah, and the sad part, the reality of it all is that, you know, the Black Panther Party started becoming obsolete because of the gang activity that was happening. The only gangs I knew before 70 was the Gladiators, the Slawsons, and the Mexicans was into their gangs, whatever they were. But other than that, no, man, we was just black young men trying to have our identity, keep our identity, keep our respect. And I think we did that. We held our respect, but we didn't take no shit. And, you know, I'll tell you this. When we got a hold to some guns from Mel's Sporting Good, all right, y'all be cool now. I'm not saying too much.
Don't
I'm not saying too much, but maybe y'all remember this.
Yeah, they were for sale. They were for sale.
Hey, OD, don't put that out there.
They were for sale.
I didn't put that out there. Names, Doc. No,
just we didn't get nothing from Mel. We didn't get nothing from Mel. We didn't get nothing.
Mel's ain't here.
We didn't get nothing from Mel. We found those. We found those in the bushes by Bralia.
Yes. Okay. Do you remember the
We
leather
didn't break
coats
in. Don't
that we
nobody
found
broke
in
in
those
nowhere to
same
get that.
bushes? Hey, Kelvin, you
We
remember the leather coats that we found in those same bushes?
Yep. And the fishing rods and all that. Somebody just threw a lot of stuff in those bushes, and that's how we got that.
Yeah.
We ain't robbed nobody. We didn't
And there
rob
was only
nobody.
Equal
there was only
opportunity employer, equal opportunity employer. But at the same time, just
Don't
think
say
that
nothing where you got to walk outside and look around.
yeah,
shit.
don't
I ain't
forget you
worried
could go to
about it
go
now,
kart.
Doc.
You
They
can go
got
to
I
go
know,
kart
videos
I
of
know.
it. They need evidence.
Statute of limitations. Statute of
They
limitations,
might say, "We got him." Hey, did you see that KP video? We got him.
After
We
50
got.
years, we finally got them
They
niggas.
finally confessed.
That's what those youngsters is doing, like non-stop on themselves.
Hey, man. Hey, look. I'm
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
have
we're
to
gonna
cut it
talk about
short.
something else right quick. We're gonna talk about something
Okay.
else right quick.
No, check this out.
The opportunities. Let's look at the opportunities that we had as far as like entertainment was concerned. We had that little right there on Century. What was that little miniature golf? They had a little miniature golf thing on Century and Crenshaw.
Right.
They had go-kart track over there on
Manchester.
Western. We had all those shows. All the shows were open at Fifth Avenue, the Academy,
Market
all the
Street,
shows downtown.
the Imperial Theater.
Imperial, all this stuff. So we had a lot of opportunities. And do you remember when the stuff happened with all dried up? But even when they closed the Pike, because the Pike was the place where black people could afford
Shit, I used to go to the
like
Pike at 3
Disneyland.
o'clock in the morning. I have a little date. She wouldn't give me no poo-poo la-la. Shit, I'd take her to the Pike, man. And that was the opening for me to get the poo-poo la-la. Once I took them to the Pike, because you could be out at the Pike until 5 o'clock in the morning, man.
The Pike was the spot. So we had all these spots, but all that stuff, the skating rinks. They had Rosecrans skating rink. They had skating at Dudos. They had a little skating rink on Arlington and Washington. They had a skating rink in Hollywood.
They had the Hollywood skating ring. They had the one on Washington. They had the one right up the street on Sunset from Dudo's Music Center. So it
was all of that. Hollywood skating rink.
The Palladium.
But that gave us...
We had a lot to do. We had a lot of stuff to do, and that gave kids like going to turn off all that excess energy you had during the week.
I got to get this phone call. This is my doctor. I got to get this.
Okay, my brother.
I'm gonna come back on.
Safe, man. Much love to you.
He's coming
back in. Check back. Okay.
Hey, really, I got to roll out because my buddy is over and we getting ready to smoke some weed, man. We got to do some puff pass.
Hey, you already did the thing, girl?
It's California where it's legal.
I got 5 more to take down, Bone.
It's California.
I haven't had time to come by, man. I'm doing Uber now. I'm just sitting in the car.
You know, man. You know how it go. I see you when I see you, bro. But you know,
got bills to pay, man. Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, KP, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let me know when you got a round 3 coming up. I'd like to be here, and maybe we can get Jimmy on.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking
work on that.
Little by little, we ought to get each person. I'm thinking little by little, we get each person to come in as a group, and then interview each one alone. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll make us so you have
Hey, Bone, it's better when all of us is on because we can acknowledge. You know, we can acknowledge it instead of telling, hey, I caught a fish this big. You know, at least you'll have some acknowledgement on the size
well, that's a
of the
good
fish.
idea because, you know, eventually we should get everybody, you know, keep at it until we get everybody popping up. Because, you know, people need to hear everybody's point of view. You know what I'm saying?
I apologize. I do got to go because my boy keeps motioning me that he's
ready
to
my brother.
burn
You
this
go ahead
one, man.
All right, thanks for dropping
thank
in,
you
man.
so
I ain't
much,
letting
bro.
them stop.
Hey, KP, I will call you a little later on this evening, okay?
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere,
hey,
man.
Bone.
You guys can always reach me.
Yeah.
Hey, be safe out there, bro. And I'll see you when I see you. You know, I'm drying everything out right now, but I figure in about another week and a half, we'll be good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay?
I'll holler at you then. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Hey, much love to y'all. Be safe out there and keep living the black experience. I don't give a fuck what goes down. Keep being black.
Hey, I'm black behind enemy lines, brother.
That's
so
right.
Are you.
That's right, brother. You right.
We the James Bond of the black people.
Look, man, I'm packing in the Ace of Spades and 5 times on Sundays. Shit.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Peace.
All right, Tony. You still, it's me and you, brother. It's me and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? I mean,
it's good what you're doing, man.
We can do that, man. We can do that. We can definitely try to do the individuals for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I'm kind of ambitious about it because I'm fired up. I'm thinking not just us, but even look at the cats that we know in peripheral, like Ben Colzine, like the cats we can catch up with that was at the reunion, and get everybody's story of their experiences on dealing with the situations in those days. So that way we can learn other people's point of views too. You know what I mean? Not just ours. You know what I mean? Because you got even the athlete cats. I didn't like them then, but shit, that was a class thing. You know what I mean? Because me myself, I felt personal about it because I was standing in front of Morningside with all those cats when I got jacked from my waistline. You know what I'm saying? They got in their cars and left me standing out there. I had nowhere to go. Before I met Steve and them niggas gave me the impression that they might have, they had a brother back. You know what I mean? And that's what showed me that, at that time, that this wasn't, the kind of peoples I wanted to be around because I can't go out and party with nobody that's not going to have my back. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, neither are you. You know what I'm saying? So, we needed people around us that we knew we could count on that were trustworthy. And, all of us was staying out of trouble. Ain't none of us been to prison. None of us. You know what I'm saying? Chucky did his little here and there, but and then we have integrity, man. We not trying to be. We never tried to be running around acting like thugs. You know what I mean? We was never like that. Hey, Kelly, you back, huh?
Yeah, I got an appointment on 28 on the 18th at the VA. I don't have no appointment. I don't know what they're talking about. I looked at my appointment slip right here. I don't have no appointment. So I got to find out about it. That's all. I'll find out about it.
Oh, okay.
I got to
when the VA called, you got to answer. When the VA called, you got to answer.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, damn, I don't have no appointment on the 18th. I just see my PTSD on the 13th. I see my doctor, my PTSD doctor. But that's it. I don't see him until October 22nd. So I was like, I got to call him later on. I'll call him later on tonight. I'll call him and find out what it's
Yeah.
It might be that sleep apnea thing. I don't know. We'll see.
And you know what? That's another thing that saved us. Going into the military. That saved us. And at the same time, it left a vacuum in that neighborhood where there was nobody really to kind of keep it on a straight and narrow type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when I got back, I was first one back. And I started running with Larry. Because I wanted to make sure that he was okay. He was in there all the time.
Can you guys hear the echo?
Yeah, I hear it.
I know when I went, everybody came. I was the first one to leave. I was the first one to go because my grades were bad. I was like, damn, they called me to the office over the intercom system, Mr. McLeod. I was in the quad kicking it. And Kelton Hood, please come to the counselor's office. And everybody was teasing me, K-Mac and all them was kind of, what you done did now? So I go to the office and say, Mr. Kelton, you have 136 credits. You need 210 to graduate. So what we're going to do, we're going to send you to summer school, but you have to go to Hudnall High School. So I was like, Hudnall. Yeah, you're getting your grades and so this and that bad. I said, I ain't got Hudnall. Man, I'm not going to Hudnall High. No, man, I'm playing ball and all this. Man, what? So I told Herschel, I said, man, so me, Stoudemire, Ralph Lytle, we sat at Stars, man. We got about, Stott had that Cougar back then. I had the 350. We went to Manchester, got about a 6-pack of All English. We sat in the back, Stars back there. I said, man, I'm going to the service, man. He said, man, you join. I said, I'm going to the Army, man. You know, I've seen these commercials and stuff. So I said, take me to, let's go to the recruiting office. Him and Ralph, we all went to the recruiting office. So we all went inside. It was Karen Valentine's uncle. There was a big old picture of Karen Valentine from Route 222, that series. That was her uncle, because her picture, I said, oh, she said, yeah, that's my niece, Karen Valentine, from Room 222 back in the 70s. And so I joined. So we all went to take the test. Ralph, Stott, we all went to take the test. We just made our mind on, let's go to the military. So I passed the test and they failed. So I left. Herschel came. I was at the motel on the military motel by the AFI station on Wilshire and Crenshaw. I had to stay there 4 days when we go process and all that stuff. Herschel come every night with some drink. Man, you sure you gonna do this, man? Why you going to service, man? I said, no, man, I let mom and pops down, man. You know, they thought I was graduating and shit. You know, I was ditching all this shit, so it backfired. He said, pops ain't gonna mind, man. Don't join the service. I don't know nothing about Vietnam. I didn't know Vietnam was going on. I was like, you know, when I got there, it's like, you know, Vietnam. There was a war going on. I was like, oh shit, you know. But so I left. So I called Herschel that Thursday. I said, man, so where's Stott? He said, man, Stott changed his mind and Ralph went into the Navy. I was, oh, don't shit. He's like, yeah, man. you up there alone. He said, yeah, but the next day I called, he said, man, Tony, Ed, and Stan is up there. I said this last week. I said, Tony, Ed, and Stan is up there. I was, what? They up at Fort Ord right now. That's when I hung up the phone and ran down there and we kicked it. But yeah, that's why I went there and said, I know Buchanan, Hyman, everybody was going to the service after that. A lot of people, that was Herschel telling me to join the military. Told went into the Navy, Darryl went into the Air Force. You know, and that's how that came about, that Army thing. But I'm glad I joined, that's for sure. You know.
Yeah, even though it wasn't the best.
I'm getting paid for it now.
We all did. You gotta go.
See, I was doing bad in school, man. I was ditching, partying.
Who got somebody got a speaker. It is. Tony, you have your
I hear an echo.
Hands-free.
Where Darryl at?
Yeah, I got earphones.
What happened to Darryl? He got off the air? He just left?
Darryl. Yeah,
Darryl. He had something to do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I was on my way into the Navy. And I jumped to down on Wilshire.
Right.
And so they told you. I got a chance to get sworn in. Got a bad echo, man. We got a real bad echo. And so when I called home, my mother said that I got hired for the post office. And I told it. Yeah, it was there. I said, hey, man, I got me a job. I'm out of here. I ended up doing 30 years in the post office. But he told me I had took the test for the go join the Navy. I could go to the Air Force if I wanted to. And I ended up joining the post.
Right.
The service. Yeah. We got a bad echo, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I don't know.
And I don't know what to do.
Well,
Look,
let's call it a
day. Yeah, part 3. This was good. Good information.
Yeah.
Part 3, James, and you know, it was good. It was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know, I got some other things.
So that'll work. Because what I'm gonna try to, I'll get James's email address.
Yeah, get that between now and get all that between now and next week. You'll get all that information. So
I'll take
it from there. Yeah, we ain't got to go through that.
Okay, do you hear me now?
I hear you.
Still echo, huh?
Yeah, still echo. We're gonna call it a day. And then we're gonna split it up for next week. You guys want to do next week?
Right. Okay. Tuesday or what's the day? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today's Tuesday.
We can do it for Tuesday
at about 3 o'clock.
Tuesday at 3, same time. Tuesday at 3. I'll be getting home and all that.
Yeah, because this is my slowest day anyway.
Okay, all right, we'll do Tuesday then.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, KP. So next week it is, man.
Right.
The group was good. I enjoyed it, you know, and there's more information to come out, more stuff to be revealed. I'm gonna get into the partying part, the more of the good times instead of the gang. I want to get in what made Atkinson back in, you know, the fun, discoing and the picnics and the stuff like that. That's what kept us together. The fun we had is what kept us together, not how we fought other people and all that shit. The fun is what kept us together.
Yep.
Yeah, my battery's down. My battery's down to 5. I gotta go.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see y'all next week.
Okay, my brother.
Okay, I'm gonna be out there again.
All right, Tony. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How did you get in? Oh well. He ended up checked out. I need to find out how he got in. I'll ask him that question. Over here from KP's Video News, y'all. Man, that was a good one. And we're gonna try to do it again next week. Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
Okay, brother. You back. I was trying to ask you, how did you get in? Or what, did you use the phone? Did you use the email or did you use the text?
I use the email.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm gonna try to get James Jordan to come in next time. We'll use his email.
Yeah.
Now that I know that works.
Yeah, I'm just my reception over here is screwed up because I'm way out, and you know I was on top. I'm 4 miles from town when I started. I had to come down 4 miles to get to this store, and they got so many people here with Wi-Fi and stuff going on. It kind of breaks shit up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I enjoyed it, man. You know, and I think our city deserves a good historical documentation. Because we're some of the most intelligent brothers around too. That's why we didn't go to jail. That's why we didn't get involved in robbing and stealing and killing. Because it's not that we scared of anything. Because I done been locked up a few times myself. Not for nothing big, but when you go in them places, you got to be ready for what they trying to throw at you too. You know what I mean? But we have integrity, man, and I think it's good because we can show the youngsters.
Right.
I don't mean to call them youngsters, but they call them YNs now. I think youngsters is better than young niggas. You know what I'm saying? To show them, that you can make.
Right.
You don't have to have that fast money all the time. You know me. Like you said, cars reflect the personality. My personality was never really, trying to be materialistic. That's why I drove a little ugly Volvo. but I had one of the finest girlfriends in the school. You know what I'm saying? Joy wasn't no joke. You know what I mean? And I had to deal with them cats because she lived next door to Kenny Robinson.
Yeah, shorty. Was that the little shorty that went to
Light skin with
Morningside?
the nice legs.
Light skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit on me, man.
I ended up with the version of her later.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, that was my only girlfriend that Morningside. I didn't mess with nobody else. You know, because all the broads, man, I went to that dance, one of the school dances. I couldn't get nobody to dance with me. You know what I mean? I was like, I ain't never coming back to this. You know what I mean? I don't like rejection like that. But when I met her, she hit on me. You know, I'm walking past the choir, past the loading dock. She used to sit on the loading dock with Diane and them, Kenny's sister. She was like, hey, Foxy. I looked around like, who the hell is she talking to? You know what I mean? She's like, I'm talking to you. I'm like, I was embarrassed, but I was like, whoa, I had never experienced nothing like that. I had to look twice and say, make sure it ain't a guy. No, I'm just joking. But, you know, but we wound up, you know, having a good relationship until I went into the military. And I had to go in the military because of the Crips shit, getting shot at. My mama was like, if you gonna get shot at, nigga, you better bring home a check. You know, we ain't got no money for you to be running around. I can't bury your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shoot, you know, and after, especially after the Smith Food King incident where Hookah and them shot at us, you know, which caused everything to escalate, you know, and that's when the fun stopped. You know, because until then we was having fun. We was going to the park. We was going to Earl Brown's mama had the open house where we could get parties and stuff. You know, it was nice. You know, but you know things change, and I think it's more complicated. Yeah. I think the whole gang thing is more complicated and started off with. It's not just by chance. You know, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I think there's certain folks that promoted it that aren't us.
If the FBI and
go Intel Pro and all that,
and these other
because they the ones that really,
you know, that lets you know why they let it. It was black on black crime, but when they was doing the thing with the Panthers, and they stopped all of the groups from doing what they were doing with COINTELPRO, did absolutely nothing to stop the gangbanging because we was killing each other and hurting each other and beating each other up. Let's stay with this, man, for next one. Yeah, of course they all right, this for the next episode. And man, I'm getting amped up just thinking, waiting on to the next week. I'm gonna write a list of ask next time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write a list this here today, and I can get that done. But I'm gonna make a bigger list and try to do a progression. Like we said, Kelvin was talking about the progression to the party era, but it's still a little bit more meat there in the middle before the era. There's still some that we need to discuss. So I'm gonna make a list of those things stuff.
Yeah, and if if you want to, I'm willing to get with you on a different level other than the Atkinson boys in school and stuff, because you and I, we know what's happening in society. You know that we can actually, tell them, because I know a lot of shit that really people have told me not to talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I've done my research on folks and stuff.
Right. Yeah, we got a story that we need to tell, and you need to tell. We got to structure it the right way so it doesn't interfere with anything that's ongoing right now. We got to do that.
Right.
I want to do that just as bad as I wanted to do this. And I thought about it, and I've been giving it a lot of thought. Man, I'm like, it's definitely a topic he spoke on without a doubt. I just got to figure out how to do it. So what
is what's happening right now?
I'm gonna go on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna go on YouTube, and I'm gonna put that topic in and see what pops up, and I'm gonna watch a few of those videos and see how they handle it, and then that way I have pretty much a guideline on how to handle it.
I was considering doing a YouTube channel and stuff myself too, so that I could talk about more societal issues. You know what I mean? You know what's going on that I see around me, and bringing on. I got some people that I told you, you could bring on too. You know what I mean? And especially as I find new folk, we can interview folks, or you can interview folks, or something like that. Because I don't know when I'm gonna start my channel.
Sure, I got a whole
I'm
new
so busy
platform.
right now. Yeah,
I got another platform, man. What I do with like black activists.
yeah,
yeah.
Because we got a lot of
show that I do
momentum.
with Molly Bell from Compton.
Oh,
She's a black activist out of Compton, but she's all over LA. And
right.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of some of her stuff she's done.
All right, my brother.
Okay, brother. Hey, I love you, man.
So we got to put it together, man.
Yeah, and I'll be in a better place, a better reception than I do.
She got over 50 years of activism in LA. Over 50 years.
Yeah.
So she's been around since the Black Panther Party.
Right.
Okay.
I think I might have met her doing the Magic Johnson thing when he was building the theater and he neglected to hire black folks. I think I might have met her then because I blocked the gate and almost got arrested and shit. Yeah. That's when I met Danny Bakewell and all them cats. All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, love you, man.
Take care. Yeah, you take care, man.
I'll let you.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right. Peace.
Bye. That was Brother Tony Bone. That was Tony Bone there. A real good brother, man, that I've been knowing for a long time. I've been knowing all man for 45, 50 years now. And we pretty much raised each other, going through from here and there. And it's that's just the way the neighborhood is, man. The neighborhood it's not all about individuals. It's about individuals to form a neighborhood and form a village. And that was just a couple of them. It's a lot more that we got to try to get to come on. But anyway, we're gonna get them on here. Yep. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of, oh God. Yep. It's a matter of time. Excuse me. All right. Anyway, that's KP from KP's Video News. Peace.